bless America, our home, sweet home. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Devin Thompson performing the national anthem this evening here at Wrigley Field. The national anthem sponsored by the Salvation Army Adult Rehabilitation Centers and thrift stores, fueling recovery, hope, and second chances. Cubs hosting San Francisco. Who are you banking on? Sponsored by Busey Bank. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. I'm banking on Pete Crow Armstrong. He's 5 for 7 in this series with 2 home runs. The pitching matchup is sponsored by Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Enjoy the laid-back experience of Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Jamison Tyone pitching for the Cubs. The right-hander is 2-5 with a 5+ ERA. Fellow right-hander Trevor McDonald going for the Giants, 2-3 with an ERA of 4.5. It's time for baseball at Wrigley Field. Cubs, Giants, Pat, Ron, next on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Dancy Swanson. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Way it should be, with no bet fee.
Chicago Cubs baseball is on the air from Wrigley Field in Chicago. It's time for the third and final game of this series between the Chicago Cubs and the San Francisco Giants. Good evening, everybody. Along with former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, it's Pat Hughes reporting. It's a cloudy, warm, early June evening at the ballpark. The good news is that the game is going to start right on time, and we hope that it continues moving along without interruption. It has rained lightly off and on over the last couple of hours, but the field is in good shape. The grounds crew did a terrific job in preparing the diamond. And again, this game is going to start right on time in just a couple of minutes. Jameson Taillon starting for the Cubs tonight. Trevor McDonald is on the mound for the Giants. Let's go ahead and get right to the starting lineups for tonight's game, brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Leading off for the visitors from San Francisco, Casey Schmidt in left field. Rafael Devers at first base. The number 3 batter is second baseman Luis Arraez. Willie Adames at shortstop. Adames, the Giants' cleanup hitter. The right fielder is Jung-Hoo Lee. Bryce Eldridge, the designated hitter. Eldridge batting 6th. Matt Chapman at third base. Daniel Susac catching, and batting 9th in center field, Drew Gilbert. Those are the Giants with a record of 25 and 39. The Cubs with a mark of 34 up and 31 down. Will line up like this on this Sunday night. Pete Crow Armstrong in center field. Moises Ballesteros, the designated hitter. Michael Busch at first base. The Cubs cleanup man is third baseman Alex Bregman. Ian Happ in left. Seiya Suzuki in right. Nico Horner batting 7th and playing shortstop. Pedro Ramirez at second base, and batting 9th and catching, Carson Kelly. So there you have the lineups. We will be back to get it underway. The lights are on. Cubs and Giants back to get it started right after this on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on 104.3 The Score.
Taillon with a record of 2-5. It's his first start against the Giants, Ron, since 2019 when he pitched for the Yankees. So it's been a while. And there is a strike in the count, 0-2. But what are some of the keys for Taillon in tonight's game?
Well, I mean, when you start talking about results, at the end of the day for JMO, you know, he's going to work real hard at trying to keep the ball in the ballpark. It is going to be a good night to hit. The ball is going to carry. here at Wrigley. Very little wind, and it's hot and humid here at the ballpark.
Here's a drive foul down the left field line off the bat of Casey Schmidt.
But I would say, Pat, and nobody talks about this much anymore. It used to be a common theme in talking hitting and pitching, is pitching inside. I think for the guys that are getting, dinged up a little bit with the home run ball, you got to establish the ball inside and get a little fear in the hitter. Not that you're knocking guys down, but you got to pitch in there. We'll see if JMO does that tonight.
It always has seemed to be an effective thing, Ron, working inside. For one thing, the fat part of the bat has a hard time getting to that pitch if it's right on the inside corner. Here's a pitch down low for a ball. It's 1-2.
Yeah, from the hitter's perspective, when you have to hit that inside fastball on the corner, the swing to keep it fair and drive it to left has to be very good and really on time. It's the hardest pitch to hit and keep fair.
72 degrees at game time. Great crowd on hand. Here's the pitch. Just a little outside. The count 2-2. Corey Blazer calling balls and strikes tonight. The other umpires, Alex Tosi at first, Willie Traynor down at second, and John Bacon at third. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Tyone starts his night with a strikeout. One away, and the batter, Rafael Devers.
Very good start for Tyone, and he makes some good pitches early in the at-bat to get ahead in the count, and then a nice knee-high cutter to get the strikeout.
Devers hitting .243, 3 for 9 in this series. The big 6'5" right-hander Tyone fires. It's down low for a ball. The announcement of the umpires, sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Here comes the 1-0. Devers a big swing and fouls it right at the plate. 1-1. 72 degrees, feels good. Little breeze now starts to blow toward left. Game time temperature sponsored by Four Seasons, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. Changeup is outside, 2-1. Traveling night after the game for both teams. Cubs will fly to Colorado, have tomorrow off, and play against the Rockies on Tuesday. Here's a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. The Giants will fly all the way to their home in San Francisco. They have a game tomorrow night against Washington. And now the 2-2 pitch. Devers takes just outside for a ball. Devers generally has a pretty good eye. You don't see him chasing a lot of bad balls. He's got that distinctive stance where his right foot is way over near the restraining line of the batter's box. And then he moves that foot directly toward the plate as the pitch starts to come in.
This guy's been a good hitter for a long time. Big pop in his bat.
The 3-2 on the way. Devers takes low. It's ball 4. A 1-out walk to Devers, and the batter is Luis Arraez.
Now Tyone trying to get him to chase the breaking ball down. He didn't chase it for ball 4. First inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
Giants in their traveling gray uniforms. Here's a fastball strike. Giants have the gray shirts and trousers, black numbers on their backs, trimmed in orange. Many guys have orange shoes and orange batting gloves. Arraez, a left-handed batter. Very good hitter, hitting .324, takes outside, 1-1.
Yeah, this guy's the ultimate spray hitter, short swing. Always his average is up, in that 300-plus range.
Here's a line drive. That's going to be a base hit into right center. Devers will take a big turn at second and hold on as the throw comes in. I thought for a minute Suzuki might throw behind him at second base, but he threw the ball toward third. 2 men on with 1 away. Giants threatening, and the batter is Willie Adames.
Yeah, Devers got a little frisky going around second base, and I was wondering if he was going to keep going. Devers not known to have great speed, but average in the big leagues. And Suzuki got to that ball pretty good. He would have been out by 5 steps at third base.
Here's Adames. Willie has power, 11 homers, 29 driven in, hitting .246. And he takes a curveball for a strike from Jamison Tyone. Tyone, 2 wins and 5 losses so far this year. His ERA 5.13. And now the pitch inside. His last win, you have to go back to the 30th of April in San Diego when he beat a good Padre team in a road start for him. Runners take their leads first and second. Adames will take a strike. And it's 1-2. It's always a little surprising to me, Ron, to see a guy in the first inning, a middle of the order hitter, not being more aggressive with 2 men on base.
Yeah, he took a sinker inside, then he took the breaking ball away. To me, that's what are you looking for, right? What are we trying to hit?
Now the 1-2, just a little bit outside, 2-2. I can imagine some guys, if there's 2 men on with 1 away and you're the cleanup hitter, you can't wait to take your swings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Adames yet to take a cut. Now the 2-2 swing and a miss. He chased a high hard one and down he goes. Strikeout number 2 for Tyone. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. 2 down, 2 on, nothing game. And here is Jung-Hoo Lee.
J-Mo reared back and threw him his best fastball right at the top of the zone. Excellent pitch by Tyone to get the strikeout.
Jung-Hoo Lee hitting a robust .324. He's got some pop with 3 home runs. He's driven in 21, but he's a very good hitter. And he'll take a strike, 0-1.
You got 2 guys in this giant lineup hitting .324 that play every day.
Lee is from South Korea, the town of Seoul, where they've had Olympic game competition in the past. Here's a pitch outside, 1-1. Lee 3 for 8 in this series. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Runners lead first and second, the 1-1. Line toward left center. That's going to be a base hit, and the Giants are going to get on the board. The throw goes to second base as a run scores, and advancing to third is Arise. Jung-Hoo Lee with an RBI single into left center, and the Giants lead 1-0.
Now Lee just goes out and shoots this ball the other way, not trying to pull it. Dumps it in left center, and Giants take the lead. That's just pretty good hitting by a couple different guys with Arise and Lee, who are both among the league leaders in hitting.
RBI number 22 for Jung-Hoo Lee. Here's Bryce Eldridge. The runner at first goes. It's a big jump. The throw to second, not nearly in time. I was a little surprised that Kelly made the throw, considering how big the jump was, Ron.
Yeah, I don't know if Kelly saw him take off early or not. We did, but with the left-handed hitter, Eldridge's a big guy at home plate. I'm not quite sure if he saw that, but Lee with an easy stolen base.
Now 2 men in scoring position. Here's a pitch down low, so we've reached a fairly significant moment early in this game. The Giants already with a run in. The number 6 batter up there, Eldridge, with men at second and third. And now the 2-0 by Tyone is outside, not close, 3-0.
Speed Gun today powered by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. J-Mo's last hook there was 80 miles an hour.
The 3-0, and he has the green light and fouls it away off to the left. No real surprise, Ron. A number 6 hitter, second and third, 2 down. Why not give him a green light?
I don't know why guys don't do it more. I really don't. You know, the only thing I would say to that is he was late on a fastball. That's the one thing you don't want to do if you're getting the green light.
The 3-1. Here's a fly ball to left. Coming in is Happ. He's got it to end the inning. The damage is minimal. But the Giants get a run on a couple of hits, leave 2, and at the end of a half inning, San Francisco won, and the Cubs coming up on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs.
Right-hander Trevor McDonald is the Giants starter. He has a record of 2-3. His ERA 4.5. He has struggled of late. He has lost his last 3 games in which he started. Pete Pro Armstrong had a big day yesterday. He homered with 2 outs in the 9th inning to tie the game as he enjoyed a 4-for-5 day with a couple of home runs in the Cubs' 3-2 win. Pete batting leadoff, waiting for Trevor McDonald's first pitch, and it's in for a strike. Rod, what's the plan against McDonald?
McDonald's kind of an old school type pitcher. Sinker, slider, changeup. So you're going to see a lot of sinkers from him. He's going to go at the fastball a lot.
Swing and a miss, 0-2.
And it has good movement. But he also will throw a lot of balls in the middle of the plate. Has been some of the issue that I saw. So we'll see kind of he continues the pattern of, 60+%, maybe even a little more. 65% fastballs, 2-seamers.
He lost in Milwaukee in his most recent start. He worked 5 innings. Pete drives one in the air, deep right center, but it's playable for Gilbert. The left-handed center fielder over toward right center makes the catch. And that's out number 1. Cubs trail 1-0, bottom of the first, and the batter Moises Ballesteros.
Defensive alignment today, that's sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment, material handling handled. Learn more at fitzgeraldequipment.com. The outfielders today, with the wind really not a factor much at all, are going to be playing deep. They're going to be very deep here at Wrigley, so there's going to be room for those base hits in the shorter part of the outfield. The bloop single will be an option today. Not an option, but something that's going to happen with the way the ball's going to carry.
McDonald misses inside to Ballesteros. Moises hitting .235, hitting second in the order tonight. And he'll hit a ground ball to third. Gloving it is Chapman. And a quick throw in plenty of time. And that's out number 2. 2 gone. Cubs down by a run. First inning, and the batter Michael Busch.
Councey putting Ballesteros in the 2-hole today because the sinker baller, this should be tailor-made for Ballesteros. This is right in his wheelhouse. He got that second fastball and hit a 2-hop bullet right at Chapman at third.
Cubs leadoff man presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If a Cub leadoff batter gets a base hit, Benny's Beverage Depot donates $200 to service dog charities. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Here comes the 0-1 to Bush. Michael swings and fouls it. Michael hit the ball the final play yesterday, his single. It was then bobbled by Barracoto, the right fielder, allowing the winning run to score. Michael did not get credit for an RBI, but his hit put in motion the eventual winning tally. McDonald is a 6-footer, weighs 205, from Loosedale, Mississippi. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that ends the inning. Cubs do nothing against McDonald. It's on to inning number 2. Giants 1, Cubs nothing on the score, and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk on your ride home. Spiegel and Holmes, afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score.
Chicago.
Top 2, Giants lead the Cubs 1-0. The second inning is brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, official partner of the Cubs, bringing the California coast to you wherever you are. Pat?
Zach, we go to the second inning. The Giants have the lower third of the order up against Jamison Tyone. Matt Chapman, Daniel Susac, and Drew Gilbert will be the 3 hitters in the inning against Jamison. Light rain beginning to fall at Wrigley. The infield dirt turning a little darker shade of brown as the second inning is underway, and the first pitch in for a strike. The lights are on at Wrigley. Tonight's game is powered by ComEd. And the next pitch, check swing, that's a strike, 0-2.
Good cutter there by Tyone. Feel like a Bosch prediction brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Feel like a Bosch. Anybody feel like a Bosch tonight? Who's wanting the Bosch? Ooh, Paul Zarang. It sounds like he wants the Bosch.
Here's a curve low
Ziggy.
outside for a ball, 1-2.
Ziggy's fired up tonight, Patrick. Our engineer, Paul Zarang, Ziggy. He's fired up. Yep.
Almost sounded like a cry of anguish. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's inside in the count, 2-2. You okay, Paul?
He gave us the big okay sign.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now the 2-2, a little bit low and away, 3-2. Gave you the Giants uniforms. The Cubs wearing the home whites with the blue pinstripes all over. Blue hats, numbers, sleeves, and socks. And the 3-2 pitch, and he walked him. Jamison got ahead of Chapman 0-2 and ends up walking him. And now the catcher, Kelly, will go out to the mound. Craig Counsell is going to go see about Jamison Tyone. Nick Frangella, one of the trainers, is out there. I didn't see what happened, Ron. There must have been a flinch.
Yeah, I didn't either. And as soon as he threw, he turned. So he's got something bothering him. He just did a full squat to try to see if he could, and there's no way they're going to let him stay in the game now. Jamison Tyone here in the second inning with no outs. He's going to come out of the game, unfortunately. Jamo's had some leg issues, and I'm not quite sure what it was, but usually when a guy does a full squat, either you felt something in your knee, ankle, something like that, and now he's out of the game.
So Tyone will walk off and head up to the Cubs clubhouse immediately. There will be a new man coming in, and he'll get as many pitches as he deems necessary. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. So Jamison goes 1+ inning, and he'll have to leave the game, and we'll not speculate on the exact nature of why he left, but we'll get a report soon, and then we'll pass it along. We'll take a timeout as the new man comes in. And it is 1-0 Giants in the second inning, and this is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Great Cubs guests all season long. Rahimi, Harrison, Grody, middays 10 to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
Hey, baseball fans, step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports is sports betting the way it should be, with no bet fees in Illinois. Circa Sports brings you player-friendly pricing, enhanced in-game options, exceptional customer service, and more. Whether you're betting with the home team or scouting the next big matchup, take your swing with the Circa Sports app. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com.
Hey, it's Speegs. Now's the time to complete that painting project you've been putting off. CertaPro Painters provides a free estimate quickly and at the right price. I have completed my entire project, and I am thrilled with the results. I got reliable updates and communication throughout. CertaPro Painters knew exactly how important my home was and took care of me beautifully. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
Each CertaPro Painter's business is independently owned and operated. Surround yourself in color with Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit BenjaminMoore.com today.
We are in the top of the second inning here at Wrigley Field. Jamison Tyone just removed from the game with an undisclosed injury as Javier Assad will work his way to the mound from the bullpen and get as much time as he needs to warm up before taking over here in this game. The Giants leading the Cubs 1-0 again, top of the second inning. So let's run through the Major League Baseball scoreboard sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your next fill-up. Whole bunch of finals on the board, including the Braves with a 3-2 win over the Pirates. Michael Harris II knocking in all 3 runs for Atlanta. The Phillies beat the White Sox 9-5. Brandon Marsh going deep for Philadelphia in that game. The Yankees score 5 times in the 8th inning, a comeback victory over the Red Sox at Yankee Stadium. New York wins it 6-1 over Boston. The Blue Jays a 6-4 winner over the Orioles. Other action around the majors, the Tigers knock off the Mariners 5-4. Kevin McGonigal with a home run to help the Tigers walk it off. Marlins beat the Rays 4-1. Sandy Alcantara strikes out 7 in the Marlins victory. He's now 5-4 on the year with a 4+ ERA. The A's shut out the Astros 5-0. Brent Rooker and Nick Kurtz each going deep for the A's. The Royals edged the Twins 6-5. Noah Cameron 7 strikeouts as he picked up his 3rd win of the year, now with an ERA of 3.84. The Cardinals beat the Reds 5-3. Brian Torres with a 2-run homer to help St. Louis to victory. How about this? The Rangers with a 10-0 drubbing of the Guardians. Jacob deGrom picks up his 5th win of the year. At Coors Field, the Brewers win again. They're now 40-23 after a 12-4 victory over the Rockies. As a whole bunch of contributors in this game for Milwaukee as the Brewers continue to roll. The Diamondbacks beat the Nationals 5-1. Former Cub Michael Soroka had a brilliant outing for Arizona as he beats his former team, the Nats, now 8-3. Repeat, Mike Soroka now 8-3 with a 3.28 ERA for the D-backs. The Angels knock off the Dodgers 13-5. Sebastian Rivero and Joe Adell both playing a big role offensively in the victory for the Angels. The Mets a 7-3 win over the Padres. And here at Wrigley Field, Javier Assad continues to warm up. He'll get as much time as he needs as an injury replacement for Jamison Tyone. We're in the top of the second. The Giants with a 1-0 lead over the Cubs, Pat.
Zach, thank you. It'll be Javier Assad, as you mentioned. Now, Javier has not pitched in a big league ball game since the 15th of May, and he had been working out of the bullpen. In fact, he has not worked more than 3 2/3 innings in any one of his games. And we'll just see when he is ready. He's leisurely warming up and starting to put a little more velocity into it now. It looks like in a moment or two he'll be ready to go. But whenever you're called in cold like this, Ron, guys take a little extra time just to make sure that they're ready to pitch in a big league game before they tell the umpires that they're okay.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I think for Assad, you just want to make sure that, you get everything that you needed to do to make sure you're ready. Absolutely.
So Javier says, I am ready to go. He will inherit a runner at first. That is Matt Chapman. Daniel Susac is the batter. Susac is the Giants catcher, hitting .310 without a home run. And he's a right-handed batter. It's 1-0 Giants in the second inning. Chapman with orange shoes leading at first, being held by Bush. And Susac, the right-handed batter, waits. Here's a toss to first, not in time. Getting close to a station ID. We'll send one along here shortly. Susac 0 for 4 in the series. Chapman leading and not running, and the pitch swinging on a foul back. 10 for ID right here. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, middays 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score. This is the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Javier Assad's next pitch fouled away off to the right and out of play. We gave you the uniform descriptions brought to you by Benjamin Moore. On the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore. These two teams will see each other again next weekend in San Francisco. Now the 0-2, poke foul off to the right and out of play.
Yeah, kind of odd the way the schedule is set up now between the Cubs playing San Francisco, then going to Colorado, coming home and playing Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yes, that's kind of odd. For about a week and a half, 2 weeks, we're just going to play the Giants and the Rockies.
And then see neither one of them for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Here's a breaking ball low and outside, and the count 1-2.
Bet we get a little happy birthday wish to the Bears travel crew. Kyle Kelly and Jay Nickel. So big happy birthday to them, the Bears travel crew.
Assad to Susac. The pitch inside near the knuckles. In fact, it hit him. It did hit him. He tried to pull the hands back. It grazed him in the hands. Craig Counsell says, wait a minute, let's take another look and see if it hit the bat or if it hit.
Boy, if it hit him, it just grazed him. Yeah. So I see what they're going to do here. Right? Umpires are moving around now. They're just changing. So the Cubs are going to play in a little more of a defense just in case of the bunt. Bregman comes in at third base.
It is a hit by pitch. The batter now is Drew Gilbert. Gilbert hitting .234. Left-handed batting outfielder. Matt Chapman now the runner at second base. Daniel Susac at first. 1-0 Giants in the second inning. Shallow at third is Bregman. The pitch around to bunt is Gilbert, and he takes the pitch outside for ball one.
Center fielder Gilbert, he runs well. It's Hitting .234, so he's a candidate to bunt. He's going to try to bunt this ball at Bregman at third and force him to field this ball and come in from third base.
Here comes the 1-0. It's bunted, and it's a good bunt. It'll be fielded by Bregman. He'll throw to first in time with the second baseman Ramirez covering first. It's a 5-4 sacrifice. Runners at second and third with one away, and back to the top of the order for Casey Schmidt.
Yep, that's great execution. That ball, he bunted that ball hard at the shortstop position, and Bregman had to go hard to his left to get to that ball to get the out. That was almost a base hit.
Cubs have the infield in early in the game. Schmidt, a right-handed batter, and he'll take high. Assad needs a strikeout or some kind of a pop fly, something that stays on the infield here.
I would think Chapman at third base would be going on contact.
Now Assad coming back. Here's a ground ball right side, and the throw comes home and out at the plate. Very good play by Ramirez, the young second baseman. He fired the ball to Kelly. Kelly had enough time to secure the ball and wait for the head-first sliding Matt Chapman, and like you said, Ron, he was running on contact.
Yep, he goes right away. He doesn't get a great jump at third base, but even if he got a great jump, the ball was gonna beat him to home. They're gonna take a look at this, and that is unfortunate for the Cubs. Chapman got his right hand around the tag, and the tag ended up hitting him in the chest. So we will have to see if he gets the hand in before the tag hits him in the chest. Obviously, the video crew for San Francisco thought he did. Wow, very close. Much closer when you see the slow-mo replay than it looked on the field in full fast time.
Chapman went in, tried to touch the plate with his right hand.
Yeah.
And sometimes on a replay run, it's hard to tell if the hand is on the ground sliding over the base, or is it elevated an inch or two and missing the base?
Yeah, hovering over home plate. That's a good point. Manager's challenges and instant replays. They're taking a second look. Second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. They're taking a long time in New York to get this one. It's obviously a big play in the game. So his hand touches.
Chapman tried to dive in head first and tried to reach around with his right hand and slide it across home plate on the head first effort.
As I see the play over and over, I'll say this. That's a heck of a slide head first by Chapman.
Sure is.
To even make this play close. And, if he's not hovering over home plate, unfortunately for the Cubs, I think he's going to be safe at the plate.
Impressive the way he pulled the left hand out of the way so you could not tag him there. Out on the field, and it still is out. So the call stands. Very close play. And it's out number 2. That's a big play. Now runners at first and third. But there are 2 down, and the batter is Rafael Devers. Schmidt now at first, Ron, and Susak is at third.
What do you think? I feel like that was one of those calls where they didn't really have enough to overturn the call. You think that?
It could very well have been the case, yes. And a toss to first not in time. And to repeat, it's hard to tell if a guy has the hand flat on the ground as he's sliding in sometimes, or is it an inch or two above the ground? And it's hard to tell if he was in contact with home plate or not.
Well, that could be a big play in this ball game. Excellent play. One thing we didn't talk about, Ramirez. He's a young guy, just called up recently. Made a very nice play and a perfect throw to Kelly to get the out at the plate.
And he did not hesitate to make his play. Swing and a miss by Devers. And the count 1-1. Infielders always are saying, okay, if it's hit to me, I'm going to do this. If it's hit hard, I'm going to throw it here. If it's hit softly, I might go there. Here comes the 1-1. Runner at first goes, and this pitch is fouled away. That becomes just a habit over the years, doesn't it, Ron? You're playing the infield.
Yeah.
If it's hit to my left, I'm going to throw here.
Well, as an infielder in this situation, you know that when you're playing the infield and there's one out man on third, he's going on contact. So you have that in your head. You know you get a ground ball to you, you're going to be looking at home. He's going to be going.
Devers with a count of 1-2, that wide open stance. The left-handed batter waits. And he dribbles one foul at the plate. Stays alive. No word yet on Jamison Tyone from the Cubs clubhouse. I'm sure we will be receiving a call soon. But he had to leave after 1+ inning tonight. Giants at first and third, 2 down. 1-0 San Francisco. The 1-2 pitch from Assad. And the runner at first goes. The pitch, strike 3 called. Inning over. And the Giants do not score. Excellent job by Assad. And a very nice play by the young second baseman, Pedro Ramirez. Giants do not get on the board in the second inning. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It is still Giants 1, Cubs nothing on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans.
On Monday, June 15th, join us in celebrating Pride at Wrigley Field. The Cubs are celebrating throughout the ballpark with special entertainment, fan activities, and community recognitions. Fans who purchase at Cubs.com/specials will receive a special edition Pride jersey. Pat?
All right, Zach. Trevor McDonald, Giants right-hander, after a lengthy half inning, considering the pitching change, is back on the mound for San Francisco. And the first pitch to Alex Bregman is in there for a strike. Bregman hitting .248. Ian Happ on deck, and then Seiya Suzuki. The second baseman arrives directly behind second. Here's a smash on the ground past third, foul. Bregman without a hit in this series, 0 for 7. Were you always aware, Ron, what you had done in a series before the final game?
Yeah, for the most part. I think you know. But, you know, the other thing that I probably...
Bounce to short should be routine for Adames. It is out number 1.
I would really kind of qualify. I had a personal thing that I did each night in the way that I looked at my at-bats, and I qualified my at-bats like a 1 through 5, and I would little point system to make sure I was doing what I thought I should be doing. And instead of, something great being a hit, sometimes you hit 4 bullets and you're out, and there's nothing you can do.
Here's Ian Happ batting left-handed, poking one foul down the left field line.
And then there's other days where you hit a little dribbler, a bloop single, and something else, and you're 3 for 4. So it's not always the result of getting the hit for the hitter that you gotta. Am I swinging good? Are my at bats really good, or not? And that I think is the one thing you can really, really pay attention to.
Ian Happ hitting .231, and he'll check and take down low. Ian without a hit in this series. So what you're saying is, Ron, you might not get a hit for a game or even a couple, but if you've hit 4 or 5 balls hard, you're okay.
Yeah.
You feel good about yourself.
Absolutely.
They're going to start falling in.
Yeah, if you're squaring the ball up and you're hitting the ball hard and you're having really good at bats, you're going to do well. There's no doubt.
Happ takes outside 3-1. McDonald had a rough outing in Milwaukee this past week on June 2nd. He worked 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 earned runs, suffered an 8-3 loss. And the pitch, Happ will take a strike. Now that surprises me. A 3-1 count to a guy right in the middle of the order, and Happ looking at a strike.
Yeah, he was taking all the way.
And the 3-2, Happ takes strike 3 called. On the inside corner, and that is out number 2. Trevor McDonald has set down the first 5 Cubs hitters. He has a couple of strikeouts, and the batter is Seiya Suzuki.
That's that. McDonald throws that 2-seam fastball, and it has good run on it. He starts it out inside, and it breaks over the inside corner.
Here is Seiya taking a strike. Trevor McDonald, a former 11th round draft pick. Signed as a high school lad out of Loosedale, Mississippi. Here's the foul off to the right, out of play.
Now, have you ever been to Loosedale?
I have not. Is it a minor league town?
I have no idea. I just was wondering if your travels might have brought you there.
No, I'm thinking about Justin Steele.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he is from Loosedale. We're going to have Zach look that up.
Oh, the old Google machine. I can see Zach. He's happy as could be back there.
Oh, no, we all know he's from Loosedale, Mississippi. I don't even have to Google that.
Oh, there you go. Okay. That's why them
Here
fingers.
comes the 1-2, swinging a ground ball to third, fielded by Chapman. Long throw and a good one. And that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the third. It's the Giants 1 and the Cubs nothing. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Mully and Haw. Mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score.
Carpal tunnel.
WSJ.
Top of the third here at Wrigley Field. Giants 1, Cubs nothing. Cloudy, 70 degrees, wind blowing in. Time and temperature sponsored by Circa Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fees. Pat?
All right, Zach. So, Zach, nice enough to look it up. Justin Steele is from Loosedale, Mississippi. Luis Arise first up. Arise, Adames, and Hooley against Javier Assad. Giants got the run in the first inning. Jung-Hoo Lee driving it in. Assad replaced Jamison Tyone, who left for unknown reasons. Sure, we'll get a report soon from the Cubs clubhouse. Arise takes a strike. The next pitch by Assad is low and outside for a ball. Cubs will be in the Rocky Mountains for their next series starting Tuesday night. Colin Ray against Tomoyuki Sugano. That's Tuesday night at 7:40 Central Time. Here's a fly ball into left center, playable for Heat Pro Armstrong. He's got it. And that's out number one, and the batter Willie Adames. Shota Imanaga will pitch the Wednesday night game against Michael Lorenzen, former Cincinnati Red. And then the finale. The finale on Thursday starts at 2:10, a day game. There's a chopper foul. Edward Cabrera against Ryan Feltner.
I do like that we get the day games on travel day.
Absolutely.
Unlike tonight's game, 7:30. I don't think the last time I had a game that started at 7:30 at night had to be winter ball in Venezuela. They like playing the games late because of the heat.
Swing and a miss, 1-2 on Adames.
I'll go on record, not a fan. No. I'd much rather play early on Sunday and get to our next city.
No argument here, Ron. Here's a swing and a miss, and that's strike three. Javier Assad looks pretty sharp. He has not given up a hit. He has faced 6 batters and struck out a couple of them. And the batter is Jung-Hoo Lee.
Javi just threw that fastball, that two-seamer, up in his own right past Adames. He was tardy on that last heater. Third inning is brought to you by Consumers Credit Union. The people in your corner stand up for you wherever you go. Consumers Credit Union.
Jung-Hoo Lee drove in the game's only run, a first inning opposite field single. Left-handed batter will hit a sharp ground ball to second. Scooping it up as Ramirez over to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Assad. Let's see if the Cubs offense can awaken. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Giants on the score, and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs.
Who's on Deck for the Cubs? Who's on Deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Pat?
Let's see if Nico Hoerner can lead off this bottom of the third with a base hit. He's been struggling, Ron, which is uncharacteristic of him. His average down to 248. And in the first two games against the Giants, Nico is 0 for 7.
Yeah, I think, sometimes guys get a little bit away from what has made them really successful in the league, trying to incorporate something else. And I think, in that regard, I think you saw Nico pulling the ball a lot more, trying to pull and elevate the ball, and it took him away from some of his strength, which is, spraying the ball around the field on the line. I think he's getting here over the last few days now, you're seeing him get back to more of using the other side of the field.
Guys, the Cubs have announced that Jameson Taillon has left tonight's ball game with a left hamstring strain. Repeat, left hamstring strain.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Zach, thank you for that. Yep, you mentioned that right away, Ron. Here's the 1-1 now from Trevor McDonald to Nico Hoerner. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2. Nico from the Bay Area, right next door to San Francisco. He is from Oakland. And now the windup and the 1-2 pitch. Cracked on the ground wide of third. Glove by Chapman. Gets up and throws him out. Big league play by the third baseman. A scrambling stop as he slid on his knees. A very unusual play for a third baseman to make, Ron.
Yeah, this is, you see some plays made. This is ranged like a shortstop in a cannon of an arm. And this is a special play. You just don't see guys on a ball hit sharply in the hole able to cover that kind of ground and throw out a fast runner. That is one heck of a play at third base by Chapman.
And to do all of what you said and to do it quickly and efficiently is an extra skill.
That is big time play.
Pedro Ramirez will swing and miss in the count 1-1. Pedro 3 for 7 in this series, getting a chance to play second base. And he'll take inside for a ball. It's 2-1. These are big games for a guy like Ramirez. Just did join the Cubs and getting a taste of big league action. And sometimes your opportunity is very limited.
Yeah.
Outside the count 3-1, so you've got to make an impact immediately. You really do.
He really opened everybody's eyes in spring training. He played more in spring. I bet he had more at-bats than maybe anybody else in the Cubs roster.
He drives one in the air to deep right field. Back goes Hu Lee on the track, makes the catch in deep right field, and that's out number 2. So both Hoerner and Ramirez make good contact, but unable to cash in. 2 down, nobody on. And the batter is Carson Kelly.
But I think Ramirez had more at-bats than anybody I would bet in Cubs camp. Played almost every day and really opened the eyes of the Cubs staff and Craig Counsell. He did a very good job. So now, Cubs want to give Dansby a few days off to kind of regroup here a little bit with his swing, and I think it makes sense. You give Ramirez, who had a great spring and was doing really well in Iowa, a chance to get out there and play.
Kelly will take a strike, 0-1. Carson hitting .281. Right-handed batter, and he'll swing and chop it foul. And the count 0-2. The Cubs have not had a base runner yet against Trevor McDonald.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
If Kelly can get on, Pete Crow Armstrong will get a chance to bat in the inning. Carson hits a ground ball right side, base hit right field. Cubs get their first hit of the game. And let's see if that loosens up the rest of his teammates as Pete Crow Armstrong makes his way to the plate.
Now Pete, by far the hottest hitter for the Cubs. He homered twice yesterday And he just missed one in his first at bat. He hit it right on time, just hit it off the end of the bat. He kind of ran out of bat just a little bit, but right on time. See if he can take this two-seam fastball and do some damage.
Pete 5 for 9 in the 3 games. Wearing red batting gloves on either hand. Lines a base hit into center. Stopping at second is Carson Kelly. The left-handed center fielder, Gilbert, gets it back in. When Pete gets hot, he does that a lot, Ron, and I'm talking about jumping on the first pitch.
Yep, he's in the attack mode, and I love it. You know, there's no reason to let pitchers get involved in the at-bat and start pitching around the edges of the zone. You get that first pitch heater in the zone, go ahead and let her rip.
Kelly stopped at second. Here is Moises Ballesteros.
This should be a great matchup for Ballesteros. Two-seam fastball guy that likes to throw a sinker. This should be right in the wheelhouse of Ballesteros.
Cubs are down by a run. Fastball is inside. Moises grounded out to third his first time.
Big gap in right center field for Ballesteros.
Lee is way off the right field line. Here's the pitch to Moises. Low and inside. It's 2-0.
But one of the rare sliders that McDonald has thrown today. He's gone primarily with his two-seam fastball.
Each team with a win in the series. And now the 2-0 pitch. And Ballesteros hits a ground ball foul. He was aggressive on that pitch. A little out in front. And now it's 2-1.
Kind of hooked that ball. That was interesting swing. That's usually not his ace swing. Usually his swing goes much more towards the middle of the field.
Runners take their leads, first and second. And the pitch, there's a good fastball strike on the inside edge, and the count now 2-2. Moises kind of lunged. I thought he was going to try to pull the trigger. He just never did. Let it go, and it's 2-2. 2 outs, 2 on, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the next offering. Swinging a topper foul. Change up that time.
Yeah, McDonald a 3-pitch pitcher, but the fastball is definitely the primary pitch, and an occasional changeup to a lefty. That one hung a little bit. It was up. It's just, it was pretty good change of speed.
Kelly away from second. Pete Crow Armstrong at first. They're ready to move. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a foul back.
Another changeup. Well, that was a slider. So I knew it was off speed, but Ballesteros is out front quite a bit with the off-speed pitches. I would be surprised if they don't try to go inside on him with that two-seamer. See if he can catch up with that inside heater.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch from the Giants right-hander. A long look and the delivery. Swinging a looper foul off to the left out of play. Another off-speed delivery.
I would say McDonald has probably thrown, let's see, he's thrown 1, 2, 3, 4 off-speed pitches just in this at-bat to Ballesteros. I don't think he's thrown 2 to any other hitter in the Cubs lineup so far.
Ballesteros, strong left-handed batter waiting. And the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball, base hit center field. Rounding third, Carson Kelly. He'll score. Pete Crow Armstrong goes to third. Ball game tied 1-1. Moises Ballesteros delivers.
Now finally, after, 4 straight off-speed pitches, that's the fastball we were talking about, that two-seamer inside. And instead of trying to hook it, he went right back through the middle and got him a base hit and drove in a run. Nice at-bat for Ballesteros, and he ties up the ball game.
Justin Mekage is the Giants pitching coach. out to see about Trevor McDonald, probably to give him a breather in addition to imparting whatever knowledge he wants to. He's made a lot of pitches in this inning, Ron.
Yeah, he has. In that last at bat with Ballesteros, that is not how he has pitched so far in this game, but I think the Giants realize that two-seam fastball style is right in the wheelhouse of Ballesteros.
Pete Crow Armstrong scampered to third. Pete now with a 12-game hitting streak after his single. Ball game tied at 1, 2 down men at first and third, and here is Michael Busch. Ballesteros' 22nd run batted in. Pitch to Busch, swing and a miss on a change. 0-1. Michael asking the umpire if that was a strike that I swung at. I don't think it was.
No, Michael was cheating on a fastball. He was looking to hit one on the Waveland Avenue.
PCA leads in foul territory at third. Ballesteros away from first and the 0-1. And it's in the dirt, blocked nicely by Susak. 1-1. This is becoming a laborious third inning for Trevor McDonald.
Yeah, he got 2 quick outs in the inning. Horner Ramirez, and then since then, 3 straight hits.
Busch trying to drive in the go-ahead run. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way, and it's in for a strike. 1-2. Ballesteros being held by Devers at first. PCA wandering down the line in foul territory at third. And now the 1-2 from the right-hander. And Busch will take low and inside. And it's 2-2.
A pitch in the dirt. Pete getting way down the line. So the ball does not have to go very far away from the catcher, Susak, before Pete would think about trying to score on a ball in the dirt.
Ball game tied at 1, 2 down, third inning. Runners at first and third, 2 balls, 2 strikes. A long look and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and the inning is over. Busch strikes out, but the Cubs get even, stringing together 3 straight singles after 2 were out. The RBI goes to Ballesteros. We move to inning number 4. Cubs 1, Giants 1 on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey.
Insured by NCUA.
Ball game tied at 1. Javier Assad will go to work on Eldridge, Chapman, and Susak, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters here in this top of the 4th inning. The lights have taken full effect. It's really very comfortable here at the ballpark. 72 degrees at game time. We had a little light shower, just a sprinkle, nothing major. Very comfortable evening right now. Here's a pitch to Eldridge, and it's in there for a strike. 0-1. Eldridge, left-handed batter, flied out to left to end the 1st inning. And he'll take a strike in the count, 0-2.
Well, Assad's come in and he's just been throwing strikes. And good pace. Pretty good.
Assad working in his 9th game of the year. Made 3 starts. It's his 6th relief outing. Overall, 3-1. His ERA 5.8. Not all that many innings, 26 innings.
Well, he got sent to the minor leagues for a short period of time, and they wanted to stretch him out just in case he was going to have to come back and be a starter. That didn't last very long.
2-2 to Eldridge is taken inside. It's 3-2.
Thought that last pitch hit the strike zone. It must have just missed inside.
And now the 3-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a foul back. The Giants began the week by splitting 4 at Milwaukee's ballpark, American Family Field. And now the 3-2 on the way. It's off speed and down low, ball 4. Eldridge draws the walk, and it brings up Matt Chapman.
I think when Assad didn't get that pitch inside, it was just in off the plate. One of those things. And then you go to plan B through a little breaking ball and just couldn't get Eldridge to chase.
Chapman, a right-handed batter. He's got power. Hits a chopper to a charging Bregman at third. Tough play, bobbled. And that's going to be a base hit. Bregman tried to barehand it, run. That was really the only play he had. And he could not handle it cleanly, and that's going to be a base hit.
Yeah, just a little chopper beat right down in front of home plate. And Chapman, as we talked about last inning, he very good athlete. He moves pretty well going down that line, and Bregman knew he had to get rid of the ball in a hurry and be a base hit.
So now Assad in a jam. Giants at first and second, nobody out. We're in the 4th inning, and the batter is Daniel Susak. The Cubs are looking for him to lay down a bunt. Shallow at first is Bush. Shallow at third is Bregman. Susak showing bunt, pulls the bat back and takes outside, ball 1.
Been a few pitches thrown that looked pretty good. Didn't get the call, but you know, the one thing you know is Carson Kelly does a very good job with his challenges. He just has, he's had a knack for it. And now he comes out and he's kind of talking to the infielders about a possible change of the bunt play. See if Bregman crashes at third or holds his ground. There we go.
Around a bunt, the pitch in there for a strike.
You don't see that too often, but Cubs put the old wheel play on. And the wheel play means the corner infielders crash as the pitch is being delivered and the shortstop goes to third base to cover. And we just don't see that very often.
Gary Pettis is the third base coach for the Giants, former fleet-footed outfielder. Now the stretch for the 1-1. And the pitch taken high, and again, Horner, the shortstop, moving toward third just in case there was a bunt.
I am going to say I can't remember the last time I saw a team use this. They call it the wheel play because everybody's moving. The whole infield is moving.
Susak, is he going to try to lay down a bunt?
Yep.
He did not square, and he takes down low for ball 3, 3-1. Now with an advantageous count, you would think he might very well be swinging away, Ron.
Yeah, I would think so. I think Cubs feel that way too. Bregman now is moving back to kind of his normal position. Michael Busch is right in the baseline.
Runners take their leads. The pitch. Bouncing ball to third. Bregman's got it. Go to second one. Over to first. That's a double play. 5-4-3 around the horn. Twin killing. Eldridge ends up at third on the play, but now there are 2 down, a big twin killing.
Well, and that's the thing about Assad that you know. He can get himself out of trouble because of that two-seam fastball and gets the ground ball. He's always been able to induce ground balls, and he just did there and gets the routine 5-4-3 double play.
Drew Gilbert, the batter. 2 down, a man at third. Game tied at 1. Top of inning number 4. Assad's pitch, swing and a foul back by the number 9 hitter. If you're just joining us, the Giants scored their run in the first. Jung-Hoo Lee with a run-scoring single. Moises Ballesteros had a third-inning RBI single for the Cubs. We are in the 4th. 2 down, a man at third, the 0-1. Fouled away, late swing on a good pitch, 0-2. What do you like here, Ron?
Al Gilbert was late on that high fastball. He's trying to shoot it the other way. I would probably go with that same up and in two-seamer again.
Big lead over at third by Eldridge. Dancing down the line. Breaking ball just missed. The Cubs might challenge that one. I think Kelly wants everyone to take another look. He thought that was in the strike zone. We're watching the video right now. It'll be coming in a matter of seconds. And let's see where that pitch landed. That is a strike, and that's a very good challenge. Good call by Carson Kelly. It's a strikeout, and the Giants do not score. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Ball game tied 1-1 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
At BenjaminMoore.com today.
Spiegel and Holmes talk Cubs baseball on Chicago Sports every weekday from 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score and the Odyssey app. Pat, we've got to play the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game.
Well, Zach, if you are ready, why don't you go ahead and initiate the guesses tonight in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
I'm going to go 40,000 on the dot.
Put a lot of thought into that one, didn't you, Zach?
A whole lot.
Alex Bregman will lead off the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch to Alex is outside. I think that you're very close, actually. I'm going to say 39,493. Curveball strike, 1-1.
Did Zach make a guess already?
He did. He jumped on 40,000.
40,000
flat.
Really? Got it.
Now the 1-1 to Bregman is a strike. 1-2. Cubs are off tomorrow. They'll be in the Rocky Mountains taking on the Rockies starting on Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday afternoon. Swing and a miss, and Bregman is gone. One away. Here's Ian Happ.
Oh, tight slider away from Bregman.
Happ, a strikeout victim his first time.
First out in the inning, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Happ takes a strike. Giants got their run on a 2-out RBI single by Jung-Hoo Lee in the first. Cubs parlayed 3 straight singles into a run in the third, with Ballesteros getting the RBI. Happ takes inside. 1-1 on Ian, batting left-handed against the right-hander McDonald. Here comes the windup and the 1-1. Line down the right field line. That's going to be a fair ball. Bouncing all the way into the corner. Happ has good speed. He's around second. He's going to try for 3. Here comes the throw. Not in time. It's a triple for Ian Happ.
Now, once that ball is hit down and it gets past the angle part of the sidewall, then it's going to go all the way right down into the corner. Lee has an issue. He's got to, because the way the ball rattles, it kind of gets stuck right into the corner, but not in the ivy. So when you got to go all the way in to go get it, Ian ends up beating the relay throw to third.
Now the Giants infield plays in. The batter is Seiya Suzuki with 1 away and a man at third. And Seiya takes a strike. You could tell that Happ read that, did not require any base coaching assistance. He saw where the ball was as he rounded first, and you knew he was going for 3. Just the way he put his head down and sped. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a foul back. Now it's 0-2. 2 strikes now, Ron. What's the approach?
You got to put this ball in play. There's 1 out. What you're trying to do is stay away from hooking the ground ball to short or third. So what Suzuki wants is to try to drive this ball in the air to the middle of the field.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch from the right-hander. Line drive caught by the shortstop Adames. Holding at third is Happ. You can't hit a ball much harder than Seiya just did. To the glove hand side of the shortstop, playing in shallow. And Adames speared it for out number 2.
Yeah, McDonald threw him a hanging breaking ball right in the middle of the plate. And Seiya put a good swing on it, but just hit a bullet right to Adames.
This would be a good time for Nico Horner to get his first hit in the series. He was robbed by Chapman his first time tonight. Nothing for 8. The pitch to Nico. Off the inside. Now Nico every once in a while has been known to lay down bunts. I'm looking at Chapman playing relatively deep at third. The set by McDonald, and now the 1-0 pitch on the way to Nico Horner. Inside, it's ball 2. 2-0.
Boy, now you try to get that two-seam fastball out away from you a little bit. See if you can do some damage. Huge gap in left center field for Nico Horner.
Now the 2-0. And Nico will lay off and take outside with that triple. North Shore Adult Diapers makes another donation to the Northern Illinois Food Bank. Visit solvehungertoday.org.
We had our friends from North Shore in yesterday. Dropped off some great hats and shirts yesterday. It was very nice of them.
Nico will take a strike. We've got them right here in our booth, and we'll put them to good use. 3-1 on Nico. The lead by Happ at third. The pitch way outside, ball 4. And it'll be up to Pedro Ramirez to try to drive in the go-ahead run. It's a 1-1 tie here in the bottom of the 4th. Ramirez flied out to the warning track in right his first time.
I'm not quite sure what this is about. They're all congregating on the mound. I don't know if they're looking for a sign or what they're going to do.
Are they discussing the fact that Horner is an active base runner at first?
That's what it seems to me. It's the first and third situation and what the catcher, Susak, is going to do and where he's going to throw the ball. Or if he's even going to throw the ball. Because what you don't want to have happen if you're defending this play is if you're not going to throw the ball through and a guy takes off, you don't want anybody leaving their position. You want them to hold their ground at their position in case the ball is hit.
Or Craig Counsell might just decide to let the young hitter, Pedro Ramirez, try to drive in the run himself. Here's the stretch. Runners lead at first and third, and Ramirez takes down low.
You know, the Cubs did try a double steal, if you recall, just last week. And believe me, that gets around the league in a hurry when you start doing stuff like that.
Nico being held by Devers at first. Swinging a chopper foul toward first. And it's 1-1 on Pedro Ramirez. Cubs 1, Giants 1. 2 down, bottom of the 4th inning. Runners at first and third. And the 1-1. Check swing, it's down low. McDonald with a lot of off-speed stuff. He's at 65 pitches. Good night to work. Happ leading at third. Horner away from first. 2 down in the inning. And the 2-1. Check swing. No swing. It's 3-1. Ramirez recognized the spin on that breaking ball just in time, Ron.
Yeah, he does hold back, but it's close, but definitely did not swing.
Let's keep an eye on Horner at first on 3-1. He's got a short lead, not running. And the pitch is ball 4. Back-to-back walks have loaded the bags now, and we've reached a very significant moment potentially in this ballgame. Bases loaded, and Carson Kelly at the plate.
Well, the thing I can never understand is, you give up a hit or, guy hits a triple in the inning, and then you abandon your game plan. He's been throwing, majority of fastballs, good 2-seamers, and he abandoned that, and now he's got the bases loaded.
Kelly takes a strike. Kelly scored the Cubs run after his single started a 2-out rally in the 3rd. Ball game tied at 1. Bases loaded. Kelly trying to come through. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Chased a low outside breaking ball. 0-2. Kelly calls time. Takes a deep breath. Now he's ready to step back in. Now you got to put it in play. The second baseman arrives almost directly behind the bag at second. There's a big hole on the right side. And the pitch from McDonald. It's way outside. Wow. What a great save by the catcher, Susak. I thought that was going to be a wild pitch, Ron. I really did.
This ball bounces in the left-handed batter's box, and I mean way over in the left-handed batter's box. And he just makes a great stab at this ball.
Yeah, that's one of the best saves we've seen by a catcher in a long time. It's 1-2 on Kelly. The next offering, swing and a miss, strike 3. Cubs get a triple from Happ and a couple of walks, but they walk away empty-handed. Zach Zaidman joins Ron Coomer in a moment. At the end of 4, Cubs 1, Giants 1 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Jameson Tyone. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
I keep
Details.
Before we start the top of the 5th inning here at Wrigley Field, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the Score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams, we are 104.3 The Score, WSCR, WSCR-FM and HD1 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
A rare Sunday night game here at Wrigley Field. Cubs 1, Giants 1 as we begin the top half of the 5th inning. Javier Assad on the mound, working on the third base side of the rubber. The right-handed batting Casey Schmidt at the plate, and the pitch. Chopped to first, fielded wide of the bag by Bush. He jogs over, steps on the cushion. One pitch, one away. The first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. Assad entered the game in the 2nd inning after starter Jameson Tyone left with what the Cubs are calling a left hamstring strain. So the injuries continue for the Cubs starting rotation. Rafael Devers digs in, Assad deals, and Devers an awkward swing and miss at a fastball, 0-1. On the plus side, Matthew Boyd will return to the Cubs at some point during the road trip. Here's the 0-1. That's way outside to Devers, 1-1. All signs pointing to Boyd's next start being in the majors with the Cubs next weekend against these Giants in San Francisco.
Yeah, we look forward to getting Matthew back in our rotation.
Assad rocks back, high leg kick and pitch. Devers swings and fouls it back just to the left of us, 1-2. Yeah, Boyd coming back from minor knee surgery.
Yeah. Had some cartilage issues, and they took care of it.
Righty-lefty matchup as Assad delivers. And that one is off the outside, change up, 2-2. Cubs trying to take their first series in a month. They haven't won a series since that dramatic series against the Reds here at Wrigley. The pitch. Devers swings and misses. Strike 3. Assad gets him with a change. 2 away.
Good pitch by Assad. He started him out with a fastball and ends with a changeup in the at-bat. Devers with a big swing, but he was swinging at a heater, and he did not get the heater.
So here's Luis Arraez, 1 for 2 tonight. A single and a fly, a left-handed batter. The pitch. in there for a strike fastball from Assad. 0-1. Cubs 1, Giants 1. With 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Cool, we need your guess in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. The pitch is low, 1-1.
Do we got a Paul's ring guess?
We do. 38,922 for the Maestro.
Okay.
Now the 1-1. Arise hits a high fly ball to center field. Playable for Crow Armstrong. He's there, makes the catch. Giants go down in order here in the top of the 5th. We'll get Coom's guess.
38,500.
You're not wasting time. I like it. 38-5. Good job, Coom. Middle 5, 1-1 game. Cubs and Giants on the score. The Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
At villageofbedfordpark.com.
Monday, June 29th is Purdue University night. Fans who purchase tickets through Cubs.com/specials will receive a special edition New Era Cubs and Purdue cap. Boilermakers head basketball coach Matt Painter, a huge Cubs fan down there in
Great
West
guy.
Lafayette.
Yeah, we've had him up there quite a few times there at Wrigley.
Bottom 5, 1-1 game, Cubs and Giants. The red-hot Pete Crow Armstrong digs in. He's 1 for 2. Now riding a 12-game hitting streak as Crow Armstrong looks at a slider low, 1-0. Right-hander Trevor McDonald still going for the Giants, wearing bright orange shoes tonight. Righty-lefty matchup. McDonald sets, kicks, and fires. PCA whacks it foul out of play. Second deck off to the left, 1-1.
Well, I'll say this about Pete. We know he's hot right now and he's swinging. But he is on time with his swings over and over and over. And that is just great to see. That last pitch was two-seamer running away from him, and he let that ball carry and right on time.
Crow Armstrong swings and fouls this one back, 1-2. It was another slider from McDonald. Is he doing anything different at the plate, Pete, mechanically?
Nothing mechanical. I really think for him, it's about pitch recognition and letting the ball get to him.
He swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. Crow Armstrong races to first, but the catcher Susak fires to Devers, so mark that one down. Strikeout 2-3. One away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1-1 ball game.
Yeah, that's a little split changeup. He didn't throw many of them, but that was a pretty good one. We had some good friends in the booth here a little bit ago. And you didn't get arrested this time. That was good. We had some of Chicago's finest here in the booth, some friends of ours. Jim Curry and Jen Conway were up here. And they are friends here that work for Chicago PD. Jimmy's retired recently, but they are great Cub fans and great friends of all of ours. I met them through old Ziggy.
Ziggy Ron. Voices by Esteros at the plate. The pitch is a called strike slider. The first pitch was outside. So the count is 1-1 with Ballesteros at the plate.
But great to have them here. They love coming to the ballpark.
The next pitch, high and outside, 2-1. A change that missed. Ballesteros had an RBI single in the third to tie the game up at 1, and that's where we've been ever since. One down here in the bottom of the fifth. 1-1 game, Cubs and Giants, the rubber match. And the 2-1. In there for strike, a slider that spins into the zone, 2-2.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Cubs trying to take a series from Tony Vitello's Giants. A new era in San Francisco. As McDonald deals, high and outside, Ballesteros has worked a full count. Now, Vitello grew up in St. Louis, but his dad is a native Chicagoan. So Vitello, even though he was in Cardinals country, a huge Cubs fan, said he spent more time here at Wrigley as a kid. The pitch is fouled back off the screen to the left by Ballesteros.
I'm liking him more and more.
After the Giants' victory on Friday here at Wrigley to start the series, the whole Vitello family gathered at Pequod's here on the north side.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
They have good taste in food, right? Yeah.
Great pizza. Yeah.
Ballesteros looks at a ball low. It's ball 4. And he now represents the go-ahead run at first with one away here in the bottom of the fifth inning, and Michael Busch due up.
First out in the inning, they're sponsored by Xfinity, reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. Now, speaking of Pequod's, they're known as having some of the best deep dish pizza in the city. Now, do you ever eat deep dish pizza? I know you're a New Yorker, so I get, I live there. I get the triangle slice of pizza.
I feel like I've lived in Chicago long enough to know what real Chicagoans know. It's all about tavern style.
Yeah, that's
right?
what we serve it.
The deep dish is when the tourists come in, family from out of town, friends from out of town, and you do a little of that. Here's the pitch to Michael Busch. He taps it foul off the plate. That one took a bite out of Susak, the catcher. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, I would have to say, downtown Chicago, we have a lot of deep dish places, but I think we have. I think when you go around the city, the tavern-style pizza, that's what we serve at Coos Corner,
You know.
Yeah.
Ballesteros at first, one away, 1-1 the count on Busch. Now the pitch. High and tight, 2-1. Now, are you the kind of guy
probably
that goes to the middle of the tavern-style pizza?
Yes.
You grab the middle piece?
I like the middle pieces, yes. Yes, I do.
I like the outer edges with a little crust.
Yeah. You're a New Yorker. It's all about your crust in New York, right?
It's big. Busch looks at the ball outside, 3-1.
I will say there was a time early in Zach's broadcast career with the Cubs when I threw him under the bus about not liking Chicago pizza.
Which is not true.
Yeah, no, I agree, but that didn't matter.
Here's the 3-1. Busch lines one right in the glove of Chapman, and they're going to double up Ballesteros. Throw to first. Double play that ends the fifth inning. We head to inning number 6. Cubs 1, Giants 1 on the score. And the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago. This is Pete Crow Armstrong. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Imagine Gonna be great.
A 1-1 game as we move to inning number 6. Javier Assad came in back in the second inning. Jamison Tyone with a hamstring issue had to leave after facing just one batter in the second inning. Giants got their run in the first. Jung-Hoo Lee, a 2-out RBI single. But Assad has done very well since coming in. Here's a ground ball to the hole at short, cut off by Bregman. Good play by Alex as he throws to first in time. Bregman showed excellent range, cutting over in front of the shortstop Horner. Nico would have had to make a backhand play and a longer throw. Alex hustling over, short hopping the ball, and then made that difficult off-balance throw to first. Very nice play. One down. The left-handed batting Jung-Hoo Lee, the batter. And Jung-Hoo Lee takes a strike. Assad coming back and misses outside. Assad now working in his 5th inning in relief. Here's the 1-1, wrapped on the ground to second, scooped up by Ramirez. Easy play over to first in time. 2 down. When he's going well, Ron, he'll get a lot of ground ball outs behind him.
Yeah, he throws that fastball and he starts it in the middle of the plate, and the hitter, you know, and it looks like it's going to be in a really hittable spot. And they go to attack, and as it gets to the hitting zone, it starts diving down, and you just end up hitting it somewhat hard, but you just drive it right into the dirt in front of home plate.
Assad has given up just one hit, and that was an infield single by Chapman with one away in the 4th inning. So he is really pitching some good ball. The pitch to Eldridge popped up, left side foul, and out of play. It's been a while since the Cubs have won a series. Almost a month. In fact, the last time the Cubs won a series, they swept that 4-game series against Cincinnati here at Wrigley. That crazy series that featured, I think, 3 walk-off wins in the 4 games. Wow. And that's the last time the Cubs won a series. Two balls and a strike on Eldridge. 2 down, bases empty. We are in the 6th. A 1-1 score. Assad taking a little extra time, and now the 2-1. Check swing. That's going to be strike 3 called. Or strike 2. The home plate umpire Blazer thought it was strike 3. He made the strike 3 move and threw me off.
Yeah, threw him off too.
Here is a drive to left. Shallow and over toward the line is Happ with room, makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down. Let's see if the Cubs can get Javier Assad some runs so he can get the win. He deserves it. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 1-1 game. Cubs and Giants on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network. at the lowest prices.
Alex Bregman's on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Pat?
All right, Zach. Ball game tied at 1. J.T. Brubaker becomes the new Giants pitcher. Trevor McDonald gave the team 5 pretty solid innings. If you're just joining us, the Giants got a run in the first. Jung-Hoo Lee with an RBI single. Moises Ballesteros drove in the Cubs' only run in the third with a single. 1-1, bottom of the 6th. Alex Bregman will lead it off and swing at the first pitch and come up empty. Bregman now 0-for-9 in the series. Made a terrific defensive play on the top of the inning. Hits a high fly ball to left center. Pretty well hit, but it's playable for Gilbert. And the center fielder makes the catch. And that's out number 1.
Yeah, near miss for Bregman. He got a 2-seamer inner half. That's right in his wheelhouse. But it just got in on him enough to pop it up. See what's on tap here in the 6th inning, sponsored by Flight by Yuengling. Next generation of light beer. Happer, in his last at-bat, tripled down the right field line.
But he ended up stranded that inning. Brubaker's pitch to Ian. He'll take outside for a ball. We'll take a look at some baseball history this day, brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. It's time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. As Ian Happ takes a strike, 1-1. Let's see what we've got on June the 7th down through the baseball years. Oh, here's one longtime Cub fans will remember. Here's a pitch low and inside. 2003. 23 years ago, it was a Saturday afternoon. Eric Karros had a line drive 3-run homer against the Yankees' Juan Acevedo. And it gave the Cubs a 5-2 win. Significant run because it was a matchup between Roger Clemens and Kerry Wood. Clemens was seeking his 300th win.
Oh, wow.
He didn't get it, obviously, and Kerry Wood was the winner. It was his 50th career win. Here's a drive to left, pretty well hit, but it's playable for Schmidt, and Happ is out number 2. But I can still see the home run hit by Eric Karros. It was, I want to say, the first pitch that Acevedo threw after coming in from the bullpen. Right near the indentation of the wall, a 3-run blast. It gave the Cubs, I want to say, a 4-1 lead, and the place just went bonkers. And every time I would see Eric Karros, in fact, still to this day, I'll just smile and say, Juan Acevedo.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
and he laughs. Just one of those magical moments in time that you'll never forget, if you were here.
Yeah. Great guy, too, Eric. Great guy. He's been broadcasting for a long time. He was my teammate. He was on the Dodgers when I was trying to make the team, trying to get to the big leagues, and couldn't have been nicer. Always great guy to hang out with and be around. Great player, good hitter.
Good players, right. I liked his comment. He said, every player should spend at least one season with the Chicago Cubs. That says a lot.
Yeah. This place is special. There's no doubt about it.
Suzuki waiting for the 0-2 pitch from Brubaker, and it's going to be outside for a ball.
You don't realize it until you step down on the field. And then you're like, oh, man. You know, or sit in a spot like this that we're in. And the broadcasters can tell, too. It's an amazing place.
But that was a Saturday game of the week. Here's a looper, shallow center, falling in there for a base hit. It's a 2-out single for Suzuki. Didn't hit it hard, but it fell into shallow center. And the batter, Nico Horner. Now, Seiya is not a real adventuresome base runner at first. It's a 1-1 tie, and here's Nico.
I don't anticipate him trying to steal a bag. Cubs will probably just let Nico hit away. Opponent's pitching changes. Sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs, leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at Sloan.com.
Nico will take ball one. Joe Torre, one of your managers, won his 2000th game as a big league manager on this date in 2007.
Wow.
That's a lot of stress. Swing and a foul back. Sometimes think how much you go through just to win one ball game.
He was one of those guys that it never seemed like he never seemed like he was stressed sitting on a bench.
Very cool man.
Very, very much so. And just one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Really good guy. Big, big fan of Joe Torre. We both are. We've both known Joe for a long time.
Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a drive, left center field, pretty well hit. Back goes Gilbert on the track, makes the catch. Right in front of the 368 sign. Nico gave it a ride, but cannot cash in. Cubs don't score. We go to inning number 7. It's a 1-1 ball game on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago.
Consumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Getting back to the Joe Torre note, winning his 2000th game as a manager on this date in 07. He became the first person in big league history to have reached the milestone and also have played at least that many games and had 2,000 hits as an active player. So, wow. Joe, a very special man in baseball history and a very deserving member of the Hall of Fame. Matt Chapman, check swing bouncer back to the mound. Assad gets an easy first out on the check swing bouncer back to the mound. Boy, Assad is really pitching well, Ron.
He is. He's rolling along. He came in, and, after, the injury to Tyone, a hamstring, and he has come in throwing strikes, getting ahead of hitters, and just getting outs.
Former Cubs catcher of yesteryear, Jody Davis, is going to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" tonight. Jody came in the booth to say hi.
I heard him warming up that voice back there in the background. I heard him.
I remember he was in our booth a few years ago, and I said, "Jody, how you doing?" He said, "Just killing time between hunting seasons." Here's the 0-1 pitch. A grounder to third. It's going to be a foul ball deep behind the bag, just foul. So I asked him as he came in, I said, "Are you doing any hunting?" He said, "Nah, there's no hunting this time of year."
Yeah.
I should have known better.
Yeah. Just feeding them now.
That's what he said.
Oh, it's good.
One away, 7th inning. Ball game tied at 1. Not much hitting. Giants have 3 hits. Cubs have 5. This ball is fouled away by Daniel Susak, the catcher. No game tomorrow. Cubs are in the Rocky Mountains to play the Rocks. Tuesday through Thursday, and then the Cubs are in the Bay Area to play these Giants next weekend. Now the 0-2 pitch is going to be outside for a ball.
First out in the inning. That's sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity. Imagine that.
The right-hander Assad deals. That pitch is outside for a ball. The count 2-2.
A pretty good two-seamer that started out away and came back to the outside corner. Just missed.
His command has been very impressive. Here's the windup and the 2-2 pitch. Curveball is outside, 3-2.
You know, the hard thing for a guy when you come into a game like he did, you know, right away early, was top of the second inning he came into the game, right? And you're just getting out in the bullpen. You're really just preparing for later in the game.
High fly ball to center. Should be an easy can of corn for PCA. He's got it, and that's out number 2.
But this just shows you that Javi went down there and was ready to play when the game started, even though he wasn't pitching. Pretty impressive.
2 gone. Drew Gilbert is the batter. After the Cubs road trip, they'll be back home a week from Monday, which is a week from tomorrow. The Colorado Rockies will be here, and then the Toronto Blue Jays come in on June 19 for a 3-game series. Toronto last year runner-up in the World Series. Go to Cubs.com for ticket info. Here's the pitch to Gilbert. Fly ball to center. Pete's right there. He's got it. 3 up, 3 down. Javier Assad rolling along. Ball game tied at 1. Time for the 7th inning stretch. Former Cub Jody Davis all set to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Conductor for "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." 2026 Cubs Hall of Fame inductee Jody Davis.
All right, let me hear ya. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and crackers. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for the Cubs. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, out at the old ball game. Let's get some runs.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
Roofing and
Here comes the 1-0. Ground ball to second. It's going to be routine. Arise will throw him out. One second baseman bounces out to the other. One away, and here's Carson Kelly.
Ball hit sharply off the bat of Ramirez, but right at Arise at second. Seventh inning stretch today from Jody Davis, sponsored by Volvo XC90. Room for everyone. Ready for wherever the road takes you. Great to see Jody, one of the all-time legends, put on a Cubs uniform. When Harry Carey came up with the Jody Davis song, Jody went into the next level of stardom in Chicago.
Kelly bounces one to second. Easy play for a charging Arise. Gloves it. Quick throw to first in time. 2 down. I used to like Harry Carey singing that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I can't remember the exact tune or the lyrics, but it was just one of those funny things that Harry did.
Yeah. That only Harry could do, right? Jody Davis. The whole ballpark could start singing. It's awesome.
Pete Crow Armstrong takes a strike. I think I made a reference to Harry Carey in Friday's series opener. Cubs got blown out. And I said, I remember Harry used to come into our booth late in a game like that and say, they don't just pay us for the good ones.
Oh, yeah.
Pete Crow Armstrong takes a strike, 0-2. Makes a pretty good point.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Crow Armstrong has the ability to give the Cubs the lead with one swing, but not this time. He swings and misses. Strike 3. Pitching continues to dominate tonight's game. It's a 1-1 score. We move to the 8th inning on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Rahimi, Harris, and Grody. 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
Want to read?
.88.
Top of the 8th inning here on a beautiful night at Wrigley Field. Game tied at 1. And this 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids. 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today, partner.
Javier Assad still in the game. He has gone 6 full innings out of the bullpen, which you almost never see in a big league game. But he has been impressive. Casey Schmidt, the Giants' leadoff batter, starts off the 8th inning by taking inside. It almost nipped him in the lead elbow. Just missed him. Schmidt tonight, 0 for 3. The attendance, 36,317. See how we did in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game as Assad fires a strike to Schmidt. It looks like Ron Coomer is the winner in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
See, it's one of these national games. That's when I come to play.
Is that you save yourself for these big national TV games?
The big games, because the TV means so much to me over there, 2 booths over.
Here is a pitch in there for a strike, 2-2. So if it's just us on radio, you wouldn't be all that fired up.
Oh no, that's part of it. Yeah, yeah. I already said that I'd rather played at 1 o'clock today.
Strike 3 call. Now the batter wants to challenge that call by home plate umpire Corey Blazer. We're watching it again. Blazer called it a strike, and here comes the video evidence, and it was a strike. And Schmidt is gone. Craig Counsell clapping as he comes out to the mound, so he's going to make a pitching change, and I'm going to wait to throw it to a break. Pitching changes by the Cubs. I want to hear this ovation for Assad. Here it comes. There he goes. People are standing. What a great outing. And a great moment for Javier Assad. That's one of the best moments of his big league career right there. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Jacob Webb coming in. Ball game tied at 1, 8th inning on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Chicago, this is Dan Swanson. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Checking the out-of-town scoreboard, sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Milwaukee at 12-4 drubbing of Colorado. Gary Sanchez with a big game for the Brewers. He had a home run, 2 hits, and knocked in 3 runs today. Pat?
Zach, thank you. As Jacob Webb becomes the new Cubs pitcher, 1 away. We're in the top of inning number 8. The ball game is tied at 1. Rafael Devers at the plate. Bases empty, 1 down. Devers a big swing way out in front, hits it right off the end of the bat, foul.
A good changeup by Webb. Devers is definitely going to look to try to hit one out of here. There's no doubt about it.
36,317 looking on. Devers takes outside. 1-1. It looks like Ron Coomer was the winner tonight in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. Put you off by more than 2,000 fans. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a foul back.
Devers threw the bat down in front of him and took a big swing, and I was like, I've never seen a guy do that on a foul ball, but he must have got hurt. He, like, something to his back, I think, from the way he was kind of stretching.
Yeah, he tossed the bat and then had a look of anguish on his face. And I think he's trying to stay in the game, but I don't know if he's going to be able to, Ron.
Yeah,
he's going to stay in the game.
Good sales guy. He talked his way into the stand. First out of the inning, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Game tied at 1 away, 8th inning, nobody on. The pitch to Devers. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that's out number 2. Webb with a very good fastball. Stay tuned for the toast of the game coming up in the 9th inning. That is sponsored by Benny's Beverage Depot. And Ron Coomer will be the naming of the Benny's toast of the game ball player. Here's a strike, 0-1.
Tough plays of the game, sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough.
Now the 0-1, swing and a miss.
What do you got for catch of the game? You got anything for catch of the game tonight?
I was just thinking, Ron, the catch of the game. It's sponsored by Catch Des Moines. That play was a real trip, and so is Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours at catchdesmoines.com. Here comes the 0-2. Fly ball, left center field, playable. Happ and PCA are there. PCA makes the catch. Pete's going to toss it. Suve into the stands as it's a 1-2-3 inning. Let's see if the Cubs can take the lead in the bottom of this 8th inning. 1-1 game on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Spiegel.
Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, they've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Cubs, the official source for your Chicago Cubs gear. Pat?
It's a 1-1 game. Eric Miller, a left-hander, is the new Giants pitcher. Bottom of inning number 8. Miguel Amaya is going to be pinch hitting. So he's batting for Ballesteros. Michael Bush on deck, and then Alex Bregman. And immediately the catcher Susak goes out with perhaps a quick reminder regarding the scouting report on Miguel Amaya.
No doubt about it. Then get a little thought on how they want to attack Amaya.
Opponent's pitching changes, Ron, as you know, sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at Sloan.com. Miller, the big left-hander, deals. First pitch inside, ball 1.
Bregman will hit in this inning. He's hitting third. He's the cleanup hitter. They're sponsored by Chicagoland's appliance leader, Grand Appliance. Get your all-star Samsung kitchen at grandappliance.com.
Pitching has absolutely dominated this game. Cubs have 5 hits in the game. The Giants have only 3. The scoring took place early in the game. The Giants scored in the first. Jung-Hoo Lee with a 2-out RBI single. Cubs scored in the third, a 2-out RBI single by Moises Ballesteros, and that's it. The 2-1. Amaya takes outside. Okay, 3-1. What's the plan here, Ron?
Now dial it up. Be ready for the fastball, and if you get one in a zone you can handle, you got to aim for those left field seats.
The lefty fires. Down low, ball 4. There's a break. That's a big break. A leadoff walk in a tie game in the 8th inning.
What amazes me is throwing 97 miles an hour, and you go with a breaking ball on 3-1. Now Alcantara will pinch run for Amaya.
Kevin Alcantara running at first. He'll be held by Devers. And the lefty Miller will go to work on Bush. Shallow at third is Chapman. Haven't seen Bush do a lot of bunting. And he did not square on the first pitch and takes a strike. You just don't see a whole lot of bunting from guys in the middle of the order.
No.
Chapman now backs up. A couple more steps at third. He's well off the line. And the pitch. That's going to be a strike. 0-2.
Michael's going to challenge this. All challenge ball strikes. Sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Michael thought this ball was down and away.
It was a strike. So it's 0-2. Please stay tuned for Zach Zaidman's postgame show, the Old National Bank Cubs radio postgame show, the official bank of the Cubs radio network. The left-hander ready. Alcantara leads at first. Lefty to lefty, the pitch low and outside to Bush.
Alcantara with good speed. I'm not quite sure, though, with the lefty on the mound if he would want to run. Stolen base by the Cubs are sponsored by Atturo Tire, Chicago's hometown tire. Get called safe at Atturo.com.
Here's a lob toss to first by Miller. The crowd didn't like it. It was not the best pickoff move that Miller possesses.
You know how you have an A move? That was a Z move.
Here comes the 1-2. It's on the way to Bush, low and away. I've always thought, Ron, sometimes a pitcher will just throw over to relax himself.
Yeah.
It's the nervous time of the game. You got some jitters. You just throw it over and you just kind of take a few breaths.
Yeah, it's a reset. You may not like the pitch. You may not like the situation. You're exactly right.
Now the 2-2. Bush takes up and in. Now let me ask you, is Alcantara moving on the 3-2 pitch?
I say yes. I say you roll the dice and get him moving.
You got to be careful, though, against a left-hander for a pickoff move.
The pickoff and then the strikeout throwout also. Left on left with Michael.
Fans, here's a toss to first. Not in time. That was not his best move. And again, the crowd seemed offended by that pickoff move.
But now he can't throw over anymore. Right? If he throws over and he doesn't get him, it's a balk. So now you know Contra's going to go.
There he goes. And the pitch, a little dribbler toward first. It's a fair ball, tough play, and a high throw not in time. Alcantara going to third. He slides. Safe. Everybody is safe. Runners at first and third. The pitcher, Miller, fielding that little chopper, tried to make a backhanded blind flip and tossed it over the head of Devers. Alcantara alertly went from first to third on the play. Nobody out, men at the corners.
Yeah, this ball is like a backhand flip and goes way over Devers' head at first. I'll tell you one thing, Amai's right on the play, though, backing the play up. The ball goes right to him. And if this isn't a short hop throw across the diamond to Chapman, Alcantara would have been out. The ball beat him, but it was a short hop throw, and Chapman had a hard time getting it and then getting the tag on the foot of Alcantara.
It's a single and E1. And now Alex Bregman at the plate. Runners at first and third. Ground ball or a line drive. It's going to be a double play. The throw to third, double play. Bregman lining out to the first baseman, Devers. Alcantara running down the line at third. And he gets doubled up on a bizarre play. A broken bat. The liner went right to the first baseman. Devers caught the ball and fired across the diamond at Chapman. Alcantara way off the bag, out easily. And just like that, there are two down with a man at first.
Yeah, this ball, Alcantara takes off from third, off the ball hit right at the first baseman. He's halfway down the line.
So the Cubs had a break. Now the Giants get a break. Game still tied at 1 with a man at first, and it's Michael Busch, who's not a big base stealer, and Ian Happ is at the plate.
Yeah, Bregman shoots this ball the other way. The bat breaks in half right down the middle. And the ball goes right at Devers. He catches the line drive and then throws to first, and they get the easy double play.
On the previous play, an error by the opponent, sponsored by North Shore, the MVP of adult diapers. For even the heaviest control problems, visit northshore.com. 2 outs and a man at first. Ball game tied at 1, bottom of the 8th inning. And here's Ian Happ, swinging and missing on a curveball. 0-1. Game has just been kind of a struggle tonight, Ron, for both teams.
Yeah, both offenses. You know, every time you get something going, the double play kind of shuts it all down.
Happ swings and misses, 0-2.
Back-to-back breaking balls from Miller.
The wind is not much of a factor right now, as Happ takes high for a ball. Happ with a triple back in the 4th inning, but he was stranded. Chapman plays deep at third and only about 4 feet off the line. And the crowd has quieted down. The pitch to Happ, swing and a miss, strike 3. The struggle continues. We go to the 9th inning. It's a 1-1 ball game. Cubs and Giants on the Score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs talk to start your day. Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score.
Your heart.
9th at Wrigley. Cubs 1, Giants 1. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs with us. Spiegel and Holmes, afternoons 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score. On Odyssey Sports Station, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
The 9th inning is sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. Pat?
Zach, thank you. It's a 1-1 game as we go to the 9th inning. Daniel Palencia, the hard-throwing right-hander, sporting some very bright shoes. I would say it's a mixture between red and pink, and there's probably an actual name for that color. As Willie Adames will lead off this 9th inning. Adames nothing for 3.
Yeah, they are red. They are bright. Yeah.
Adames waiting for the 1-0 from Palencia. Cracks a ground ball foul toward third. Cubs pitching changes brought to you by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
Nice play down there in the camera well by Bruce Levine. Top of your game, Brucey. Way to go. Attaboy. Gold Glover.
Here's the next pitch, taken high for a ball.
Showed great range on that play.
I'm guessing that's not his first Gold Glove.
No. Yeah.
Now the 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. What do you like here, Ron?
I'd spin one more. I think Adames is looking and cheating for the fastball, and he's looking to hit one in the seats. So if you spin one, I got a feeling just like the last pitch, he'll be out front.
2-2. Adames leading off the 9th inning in a tie game. The 2-2 pitch from Palencia. And it's on the way. Swinging a foul back. Ooh. Walks of Cubs batters. Sponsored by It'sNotAGameIllinois.com. Remember, a walk is free, a DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. Power against power. Adames waiting for Palencia. Here's the 2-2. Driven in the air to left, down the line, curling foul, and going out of play.
Adames, he caught up to that 99-mile-an-hour fastball up. So that tells you that he's cheating totally on the fastball because he pulled it. If you can spin something in the strike zone, it'll be a punch-out.
Here's the 2-2. There was a breaking ball low run, just as you advocated, but it's low, 3-2. Glancing to the bottom of the 9th inning, the Cubs will have Suzuki, Horner, and Ramirez. Adames swings and misses. There's the breaking ball. And that's out number 1. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. That's a big first out. The batter now is Jung-Hoo Lee.
Yeah, Adames, he did a good job of laying off the 2-2 slider, but then he was totally cheating on the fastball for the last one, and he chased the ball in the dirt.
Lee takes a strike. Lee drove in the Giants' run way back in the first inning. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Lee takes outside. Each team trying to win the series. Giants taking the Friday opener. Cubs rebounding yesterday, coming from behind to win. The 1-1 dribbled foul, 1-2. What's on your mind, Ron?
I just threw a splitter that Lee just fouled off. I like the high gas against Lee. He likes that ball down. High gas could punch him out.
Ron was the winner, by the way, in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game with his guess. And now the 1-2 from Palencia. It's high, 2-2. We were all a little on the heavy side regarding guesses. 36,317, but it's an enthusiastic gathering tonight. Here's the 2-2. Drilled in the air, center field, but it's playable. Pete Crow Armstrong makes the catch. 2 down.
Daniel doing a good job of throwing strikes. Gets that second out here in the inning.
Two down, the batter Bryce Eldridge. Eldridge 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch in there for a strike. When a guy like Palencia can get that first pitch over for a strike, he is very tough to hit against.
I would agree.
Throws so hard. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Threw it right by him. 99 mph. Fans are standing. It's a great crowd tonight. It really is. Love these moments. They will never get old. And the 0-2. Lifted to left. Playable for Ian Happ. He's waiting. He's got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, Palencia. Let's see if the Cubs can win it in regulation. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It's a 1-1 tie on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Listen for the
Great.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Pat?
Keaton Wynn, a big hard-throwing right-hander, the new Giants pitcher. Wynn with a record of 1-1, his ERA 2.5. Seiya Suzuki will lead off the bottom of this 9th inning. Fans really are in a festive mood and offering tremendous support for this Cubs team. Let's see if the Cubs can win it right now in this 9th inning. 1-1 game. The pitch to Seiya. Swing and a miss, 0-1. He was trying to end the game with one swing.
Yeah, he was looking for a heater. He would have been on it, but he got the slider.
Suzuki 1 for 3, singled his last time up. He will take outside. It's even. Horner on deck, and then Ramirez. Seiya has 9 home runs for the year. Here's the 1-1. Fastball strike. Seiya thought it was outside. He's going to challenge that call.
Yeah, borderline right on the outside corner. It was caught looking like it might be a little wide. We shall see. Challenges. It's Sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
And it was outside. So a good challenge. The count now 2-1 instead of 1-2. And the pitch to Seiya. Swinging a bouncer foul toward the Cub third base dugout. 2-2.
Wind not blowing much. Slightly in center field. Outfielders playing very deep and around to the pull side against Seiya.
Suzuki swings and misses, strike 3. Some kind of an off-speed pitch, maybe a slider or a changeup. Suzuki is out number 1, and the batter Nico Horner. Now, if Nico can get on, he's got that base stealing ability, and that might come into play. First things first, let's see if he can reach. Guarding the line at third is Chapman, and playing relatively shallow. Nico will take a strike.
Nico in his last at bat hit a long fly out to deep center, caught right in front of the wall in left center field.
Horner has 4 home runs. Slightly open stance. And now the 0-1 to Horner. Nico takes down low, and it's 1-1. This will be a good time for Nico's first hit in the series. He's waiting for the 1-1. Here it comes. Nico lines one toward right field. There's a base hit. Now that's the Nico Horner that we know and love. Solid opposite field single with 1 away here in the 9th inning.
Yeah, you get that fastball away. You just don't try to pull it. Just go with it, shoot it to right field. Now the Cubs got one of their best base stealers on at first. And you just need to get him around to score.
Do you see him running on the first pitch?
I think what the report would be him running would be determined on the report. They got about Wynn, whether he's fast or very slow to the plate.
Ramirez, the batter, hits a ground ball foul past first. Nico was not running on the pitch. That ball not foul by much, but it was clearly wide of the bag.
Devers playing at first base. You're playing no doubles, so you're holding the guy, and you really only take a half step off the bag.
Ramirez nothing for 2 with a walk in the game. The pitch by Wynn, and here it comes. Check swing, no swing. 1-1. Ball game tied at 1. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning with 1 away. Horner at first, being held by Devers.
See if Nico tries to take it back. Wynn is probably, I'd say, average. Not quick, but not slow to the plate.
He will keep Nico close to the bag with a toss over.
Well, I thought the same thing. I thought Nico was going to take off.
Nico now takes his lead again.
He's got a good lead at first base.
Looks a little like a Steelers lead. He's not going. And the pitch inside. It's 2-1. Sometimes you'll see the pitcher thinking a little bit too much about the runner, and it throws his command off a little bit. 2-1 on Pedro Ramirez. The young infielder will take low, and it's 3-1.
I said bat by Ramirez, not chasing the breaking balls down just below the zone.
It's 3-1. We'll keep an eye on Nico. Boy, the right field line is wide open. Here's the pitch. Outside, he walked him. Ramirez gets the walk, and you wonder if some of the concentration was diverted because of Nico Horner.
I think you make a great point, Pat. That, you're looking over, thinking he's going to go, and you really do. You lose a little bit of that focus on the hitter at home plate.
Now the Giants will have a conference on the mound. The batter is Carson Kelly. Horner now the potential winning run in scoring position. He'll be at second base. and Pedro Ramirez at first. There's one away in the inning. Cubs trying to win it in regulation right now.
Kelly 1 for 3 in the ball game. He get a base hit to right.
Horner ready to run like the wind down at second base. Cubs trying to win the series. Right-hander against right-hander. Here we go. The pitch to Kelly. It's a little pop fly, and it's going to be caught by the pitcher. He got jammed and hit a little nubber in the air. The pitcher ran over toward the first baseline and made a catch, and that's out number 2. And here comes Pete Crow Armstrong.
Now Pete, the hero in yesterday's ball game. 2 home runs. Could he be the hero again tonight? Cubs lead the major leagues in 8 with 8 walk-off wins.
Here's the pitch, and Pete swings and fouls it back. Good aggressive swing. Pitch in the upper part of the strike zone. Pete 1 for 4 in this game. Now he's hit safely in 12 consecutive games. The pitch, it's low and away, and it's 1-1.
Well, that's a great take. You know, that's the difference in Pete a month ago to the Pete Crow Armstrong right now.
Outfield deep and straight away. Horner leads at second base. Tie game, bottom of the 9th. The pitch popped up foul and out of play. It's a good-looking swing by Pete. Just didn't get much of it. Fouled it away.
Opponent's pitching change sponsored by Sloan Official Water Efficiency Partner of the Chicago Cubs. Leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Visit Sloan.com. And the crowd, they love them some PCA here at Wrigley Field.
The pitcher Wynn ready for the 1-2. And the pitch on the way. It's high and away, 2-2. Pete came up huge yesterday with a homer in the 9th inning to tie the game. He would love to win the game in the 9th inning right now. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a bouncing ball to first. Fielded by Devers. Runs over. Steps on the bag to end the inning. For the second straight day, we're going to play extra innings at Wrigley. We go to the 10th inning. It's a 1-1 game. On The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Chicago, this is Ian Happ. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
This season, the Salvation Army
Getting set for the top of the 10th here at Wrigley Field. Cubs 1, Giants 1. The 10th inning is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. Pat?
Trent Thornton, Zach, is the new man on the mound for the Cubs. 10th inning, courtesy runner at second base will be Bryce Eldridge, and Matt Chapman is due up. Yesterday's game went 10 innings. The Cubs prevailed. And this 10th inning ready to get underway. Jonah Cox is now the runner at second, pinch running for Eldridge. So Cox, the runner at second, Chapman at the plate. Thornton's first pitch taken for a strike, 0-1.
Good cross-fired fastball by Thornton, hit the outside corner.
We've seen this format now run for a few years. The courtesy runner at second to begin extra innings. Here's a ground ball right side, base hit into right center. It's going to drive in the go-ahead run. Coming in to score is Cox. And the Giants have taken a 2-1 lead.
It's just one of those situations where the Cubs playing the second baseman, Ramirez up the middle, and Chapman trying to hit the ball the other way to advance him to third base, and just caught the Cubs playing somewhat out of position, knowing what Chapman was trying to do.
Daniel Susak tries to bunt and fouls it away. So the Giants with their first lead since early in the game. They got a run in the first. The Cubs got their run in the third. And it stayed 1-1 until just a moment ago. 2-1 San Francisco. A toss to first. Diving back in is Chapman. And now Chapman's run becomes enormously important, because the Cubs will have a courtesy runner at second to begin the bottom of the 10th. Bregman even with the bag at third, guarding the line. Here's a swing and a miss by Susak. 0-2.
Susak with a huge swing at that pitch.
Susak has been hit by a pitch, bounced into a double play, and flied to center. So he is 0 for 2. And the 0-2 by Thornton is fouled away off to the right. Obi Milner throwing in the Cub bullpen, a left-hander. Giants are going to get their bullpen busy as well. And the 0-2. Curve sweeps outside and low. Dylan Smith is the right-hander throwing in the Giants bullpen. Presumably we will see him in the bottom of the 10th. Swinging a fly ball, pop fly really, into shallow right center. Easy play for PCA. He's got it. And that's going to be out number 1.
Good pitch by Thornton. In on the fist to get the pop-up of Susak. Cubs pitching change. They're sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
1 out, a run in. Giants lead 2-1, top of the 10th. And the batter is Drew Gilbert. Gilbert is 0 for 3 in the game. First pitch missing for ball 1, 1-0.
I know we need a toast to the game ball player. I think it's pretty easy right now to come up with that, don't you think? Javier Assad.
He was brilliant tonight. It's one of the best games of his life.
Yeah.
Might be the best game.
Yeah, that was impressive tonight.
Now the 1-0, a toss to first.
Toast of the game is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot, Binny's official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. Toast of the game, obviously we said, that's Javier Assad, Binny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Chapman not running. The pitch to the left-handed batting Gilbert is upstairs. And the count, 2 balls and no strikes. You don't want to walk anybody here. This big crowd has gotten a little bit on the quiet side after the Giants have scored a run. And the next pitch fouled away, back to the screen. 2-1.
Good fastball at the top of the zone from Thornton.
These two teams have had some magnificent games and series over the years. Cubs beat the Giants in one of the playoff rounds back in 2016 on the Cubs' way to the World Series. Here comes the 2-1. It's way outside and high. 3-1. Keep an eye on the runner at first. 3-1. The batter has the option of taking the pitch. If it's a bad ball, he'll take his walk. See if Chapman is moving. He's being held by Bush. The right-hander Thornton is ready. And the pitch. It's outside and high, ball 4. That one will give the Giants another man in scoring position. And that's a very big run out at second base.
That'll bring out Tommy Hotovy to go talk to Thornton.
So much pressure on the pitcher in these new extra inning rules. I realize it's the same for both teams, but man, you start the inning with a guy at second base, and one little base hit or one little mistake, and all of a sudden your team is trailing, and you're kind of feeling like you're facing an uphill battle.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I always think, Major League Baseball needs to change the rules also. I don't think the reliever coming in the 10th with a runner on second base that's been given to the opposing team, the pitcher should not be given the loss. That should be a team loss.
I agree with that.
Not the pitcher. He didn't put him out there.
Yeah, not his fault. Casey Schmidt, the batter. Schmidt, the leadoff hitter. He's been quiet tonight, 0 for 4. Right-handed batter waiting. And the pitch. Drilled foul off to the right, out of play. Schmidt had a huge game in the opener on Friday. 2 home runs. Drove in 3. Here's a bouncing ball foul past third. 0-2. Cubs are going to have Pete Crow Armstrong. Now, this is significant. Since Pete made the final out in the 9th inning, he's going to be the courtesy runner.
Yeah.
One of the best runners and base runners on the team. And he'll be at second to begin the bottom of this 10th. Here's a pop fly on the infield, foul and out of play.
That's why it's so vital that the Cubs get out of this inning with only 1 run scored.
Cubs batters are going to be Alcantara, Bush, and Bregman. Here's a dribbler foul. We'll do it again. Matt Chapman with a ground ball single, driving in the go-ahead run here in the 10th inning. San Francisco up on top, 2-1. With 1 away and men at first and second, and 0-2 on the batter Schmidt. Here's the pitch. Cracked on the ground up the middle. Glove by Ramirez. Steps on the bag. Throws to first. Double play. Big play. Ramirez had him played perfectly. The Giants get 1 and 1 only. We go to the bottom of the 10th inning. The Cubs need to answer back. Giants 2, Cubs 1 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Every strikeout and home run is heard right here on 104.3 The Score and the Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago baseball fans, Ron Coomer here. Spring in the city means the return of baseball and the start of backyard season. If you're thinking about upgrading your outdoor space, TimberTech Decking combines advanced innovation with the beauty of real wood without the maintenance. Built for resilience through the Midwest weather, it's designed to perform season after season. Order free samples or connect with a contractor near you at TimberTech.com. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Make your house a home with premium paints and stains from Benjamin Moore. Achieve long-lasting color and beauty with Aura, Regal Select, and Ben for interiors. Or protect your exteriors with Element Guard and new Woodlux exterior stains. Available exclusively at locally owned Benjamin Moore stores. Their high-quality products ensure a flawless finish every time. Ready to start your next project? Visit BenjaminMoore.com to find a retailer near you. Benjamin Moore. See the love.
We go to the bottom of the 10th inning. Pete Crow Armstrong is the runner at second base. Dylan Smith, a right-hander, on the mound for the Giants. And Michael Conforto is going to be a pinch batter to lead off the inning. Conforto batting for Alcantara. Cubs trail 2-1.
This would be a good time for Conforto's 5th home run of the year.
Perfect time, I would say. And looking at the flags, Ron, all of a sudden it's really blowing out toward right and right center, it would appear.
Yeah.
Let's see if Conforto can get a hold of one. Pete Crow Armstrong is the man at second base. He'll take as big of a lead as he can. And Dylan Smith, the right-hander, working from the stretch. The Cubs are down by a run. Here we go. Very few fans have left Wrigley Field, which is not uncommon. They almost never do leave here. Here's the pitch to Conforto. It's high for ball one.
With the new pitcher in the ball game. Opponent's pitching change sponsored by Sloan, official water efficiency partner. Chicago Cubs, leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com.
Smith ready. The right-hander brings it. Conforto takes a strike. Michael Busch is on deck. And the Cubs are going to challenge that call. Conforto thought it missed. Here comes the video. And it did miss. Very good challenge. Of course, you're at the time of the game. Why not, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Ball strike challenges sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Big gap in right center field.
2-0 on Conforto. Cubs down by a run. Swinging a smash foul. Turned on that one and pulled it foul. Jose Javier, the first base coach for the Cubs, had to quickly get out of the way. Smith with a brand new ball. And the pitch down low.
Frisco's going to challenge this one. Ball strike challenges sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
And it was a strike. So you might as well use them if you've got them now. Cubs trail 2-1, bottom of the 10th inning. Nobody out and a runner at second. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Michael Conforto. And now time call. Hooley, the right fielder, is 90 feet off the line. Gilbert not playing all that deep in center for whatever reason. Jonah Cox is now the center fielder. And Drew Gilbert now over in left. Here's the pitch. Check swing. That's going to be a strike. And Conforto is out on strikes. Tried to hold up on a low bender. Couldn't do it. Out number 1.
That's a big strikeout for San Francisco. Conforto trying to hook a ball, at least to get Pete to third. And just out in front of that breaking ball.
So now Michael Bush, the batter, with one away, and Crow Armstrong at second. Pete's going to try to steal third. The pitch low, the throw to third, not in time. Pete Crow Armstrong stealing third with only one away, Ron.
Pat, he got a huge jump at second, hop, hop, go. And the pitcher did not stop him. Smith did not make him stop his momentum. And Pete beats the throw to third. Big stolen base for the Cubs.
Now the infield forced to come in. One away, Cubs down by a run. Bush is 1 for 4 in the game. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. All of the infielders playing shallow. Here's the 1-0. It's in for a strike. 1-1. And now Michael Bush is going to try to challenge, but I think the Cubs are out of their challenges because it's not granted. I have not seen a replay.
No,
the count is
not.
1-1.
Michael's got to try to get this ball elevated up over the infield.
Here's the pitch, fouled away off the hands. Now it's 1-2. Did he choke up a little here?
Yeah, I think you gotta put this ball in play now with 2 strikes on you. That was a fastball right in on his hands.
Cubs trailing 2-1. Bottom of the 10th inning, 1 away. A runner at third. The pitch, swinging a high pop fly, shallow center. The shortstop Adames will make the catch. Holding at third is Pete Crow Armstrong as the throw comes in. And now there are 2 down. Bush popping out, and the Cubs are down to their last chance. It's Alex Bregman.
Another fastball inside. Michael couldn't get the barrel to it. Thought that might have a chance of dropping in. With the infield in, those short pop-ups are tough. Adames got out there, it just barely got out to the outfield grass.
Now Bregman, the batter, he's due. He's 0 for 4 in tonight's game. And he'll take outside. Pete Crow Armstrong alert to anything that might get away from the catcher Susac. The pitcher working from the stretch. And the 1-0. A swing and a pop fly, and the ball game is going to be over. Adames, the shortstop, makes the catch. And the Giants in 10 innings have beaten the Cubs 2-1. The Giants win the series. We will be back with the game totals in just a moment. The final, San Francisco 2 and the Cubs 1 on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering every Cubs game all season long, Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, middays 10 to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
When only the best will do, choose Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. With rich color, smooth coverage, and unbeatable durability, Benjamin Moore is paint that performs. Stains wipe away easily, and the finish stays beautiful for years to come. Available in 3,500 colors and exclusively at locally owned Benjamin Moore stores. Ready to transform your space? Visit BenjaminMoore.com to find a retailer near you. Regal Select, trusted by pros, loved by homeowners.
Man, with these Bosch lasers, I can knock out the job.
You tell him, champ.
Who are you?
I'm your inner Bosch.
My inner...
Bosch, baby. I'm that feeling you get when you got a job on the ropes.
Like a window install?
One you're about to knock out with Bosch lasers.
Oh.
More like KO, am I right?
Was that a punchline?
Sure was, Laser Man.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
Hey, baseball fans, step up to the plate like a pro with the world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports is sports betting the way it should be, with no bet fees in Illinois. Circa Sports brings you player-friendly pricing, enhanced in-game options, exceptional customer service, and more. Whether you're betting with the home team or scouting the next big matchup, take your swing with the Circa Sports app. Start betting like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com.
Here are the game totals. Cubs losing a tough one tonight at Wrigley. 2-1 the final. The Giants 2 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. The Cubs 1 run on 7 hits and no errors. The winning pitcher, Keaton Wynn, now 2-1. The losing pitcher, Trent Thornton, 2-2. Dylan Smith had his first save. It's also the first save of his career in a 3-hour and 4-minute ball game, seen by 36,317. The Giants winning the opener Friday and then the finale here tonight, so they take 2 out of 3 and run a very tough loss. Cubs have had quite a few of these of late.
Yeah, it's, one of those things that, when you start looking at this ball game, J-Mo goes down early with the hamstring, unfortunately. Hopefully he won't be down for a long time, but you got to tip your hat to Javier Assad. Oh, my gosh, that was an outstanding performance by Assad. But, yeah, it's been a struggle here as of late. We know that. The Cubs haven't won a series now in over a month, and you just got to try to keep fighting through it and get this offense back on track.
Ronnie, I'll see you at the airport.
I'll see you on the plane, partner.
Cubs and Colorado on Tuesday night. No game tomorrow. It's an off day. Cubs and Rockies Tuesday night at 7:40 from the Rocky Mountains. Colin Ray against Tomoyuki Sugano. Our thanks to our engineer, Paul Zarang, for a job well done. Thanks to Zach Zabman for all of his fine work on the broadcast. For former Cub and All-Star Ron Coomer, Pat Hughes saying thank you for listening and good night from Wrigley Field in Chicago. Again, the final in 10 innings. The Giants 2 and the Cubs 1. Zach's postgame show is next right here on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.